ID on him?
Just the original 999 call. His wife or girlfriend called in, gave his first name as Sebastian. She was also in the ambulance at the time.
So where the hell is she?
Her name's Imogen Bullerturi. Our victim's name was Sebastian Cole. They're due to get married in 2 weeks.
We got a tabloid couple, celebrity murder. The press are going to be all over this, screwing up on leads and on witnesses. Jesus.
What have we got here?
Now, we packed the analysis back from the cocaine you guys found in the car. 100% coca. I want to know where he got it, why he had it. Did Sebastian ever mention the name Orhan Hikmet?
Targets 1 and 2 leaving the scene.
Stand by to follow the targets.
Got a problem.
What?
The address is flagged. It's under surveillance by a drugs team.
Clem Ross was about to lead us to some big players. Then you walk in like a
I screwed
teenager
up. I
on a school
apologise. I'm
trip.
sorry. What is it that you'd like? Is it my badge or something?
Roisin, it's in the furniture. The cocaine is in the furniture. Josephine Taylor, paramedic, 27. Known to family and friends as Joe. Was pronounced dead an hour ago. Which means we now have 7 dead bodies. Sebastian Cole, 2 shots to the chest, 1 to the head. Alan Lester, paramedic, broken neck. Clement Ross, age 35, carbon monoxide poisoning. Sullivan Taylor, age 22, the same. Graham Power, age 21, the same. Barry Dean, age 19, the same. The man we think killed Sebastian Cole is still out there somewhere. And so is his possible next victim. Imogen Bullerturi.
Please be aware that professional thieves are allowed to operate at this station and across the road. Do not become a victim.
Question. What was Clem Ross's plan when he went to the Buller household to retrieve the drugs?
To turn concealed drugs into a saleable asset? To keep Hikmet out of the deal?
I doubt that. Your drugs is a business. Clem Ross relied on Hikmet for product. I'd say it's more likely he was trying to make everything better with his supplier.
Oh, you mean to draw a line under whatever fallout there was between Hikmet and his friend Sebastian? Yeah. So now the attempts to retrieve the situation have failed. Clem Ross and his 3 lackeys are dead and the drugs are impounded. So what do we think is Hikmet's next move?
Oh, he's going to go after Imogen. If she's lucky, he's after money. If she's unlucky, he's going to put a bullet in her head. I mean, she is the last living person that connects Hikmet to the drug deal to Sebastian Cole's murder. Oh, she'd get hold of Imogen's friends.
Oh yeah, I spoke to half a dozen of them. I haven't seen her for weeks, not since she took up with Sebastian. He wasn't very popular with the Kensington posse. Kept borrowing cash they never saw again.
Okay, guys, here's the deal. I want to split this investigation in 2.
Yeah, but we're all just getting on so well.
Roisin, pack your bags. You're going to go to McGill's office first thing.
Do I have any say in this?
Does this look like a democracy? Find DCI Connor a nice cozy corner desk and make sure she has all the help she needs to push this investigation to a close. Understood?
Loud and clear.
You hanging out by the bin, Superman?
Very funny.
We need to sort something out.
Your boss has made it pretty clear.
No, I'm talking about you and me.
You and me. Well, I have been thinking.
You were thinking about going home to your empty flat. You're wondering, is there anything left in that bottle of red you opened last night?
I could be.
And you're thinking about how sad it is if DCI Connor goes home to her empty flat.
Mm-hmm.
And is there any way happiness can come from this sad situation? Hold on. I know someone who mixed her home and her work life, and it blew up in her face, so.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But if you see this person, ask them something. If they're looking for Mr. Right, but the only contenders you meet outside your office are murderers and pimps, Maybe the only place you're going to meet him is at work.
This is Randall Bullaturi. Please leave a message.
Imogen, Chief Superintendent Mike Walker. I know you're scared and you're feeling out of your depth. You know you're in danger, and we can give you the protection you need. Best thing you can do is to let me help you. So call me. We'll talk this through and sort it out. Take care.
We got both floors. Briefing room and admin's through there.
Did you manage to get in touch with His Majesty at CPS?
DCI's office.
And what did you say? He believed you.
Squad room.
Yeah, okay.
It's pretty tight for space. So we had to fit you in where we could.
Do I get a code for that door?
Photocopier's in there. Stationary stuff. You're in here.
Do you want to put me further away? Because there's a cafe on the other side of the street I could set myself up in if it suited you and your boys better.
Anything you need, just ask.
Nice touch.
Do you have children, Chief Superintendent?
Yes, I have two. I have a daughter of a similar age to Imogen.
And do you think you understand her?
No. No, very rarely. I sometimes think the best I can do is just be there for her. Have a seat. I'll be with you in a minute. Search.
How's she doing?
Yeah, well, I think she's back on message once I stopped offering a 50 grand reward.
You think the door's just going to walk in some neck and give herself up?
Well, a sweet little Imogen has been lying to me through her teeth from day one, and I fell for it. I don't think you could say I'm exactly the go-to guy when it comes to working out what's in our bloody mind.
Getting a little bit touchy about this one, aren't we, Mike?
As her parents, we know the strain that Imogen has been under since the horrific murder of the man she had hoped to marry. If anyone has information that might help find her, I ask them to come forward to please contact the police. And if you're listening to this, Imogen, just get in touch. Just call me, please.
This is Imogen Bella. I need to speak to Lauren Hickmet.
Miss Buller, you have brightened my day.
We need to meet.
Are you paying with cash or card?
Cash.
Passengers catching the next shuttle service to Heathrow, please note the flight BA 7064 to Frankfurt is delayed.
Hey!
Okay, can I have everyone's attention? DCI Connor is going to head the briefing on Oran Hickmet.
Right, my first point. Let's not forget the murder and drugs are after the same man. Okay, Oran Hickmet is
Actually, before we start, I'm just...
Any clearer?
Who's following Hikmet's distribution network? Okay, other than Clem Ross, do we have any other distributors?
We've established 8 targets, all with positive associations with Hikmet. For 6 of those, we've got details of transactions.
Okay, great. Their names?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that.
Any advance word on Hikmet's next importation? Can you tell me that?
Your murder suspect is part of a complicated web of drug investigations. We have to be very careful where we tread here.
I'm aware of that. Okay, you have a source, Christine. Now, she was close enough to Clem Ross to lead us to his lockup. Now, I want to talk to her. I want to find her. I want to find out who else she knows.
This is what I mean, Jack. We can't discuss what information we can or can't give DCI Connor, not while she's in the room.
Do you see that? Does everybody see that? I am a cop. I do the same job as you. Do you understand? And we are talking about a murder here.
This is not a murder team.
Can everyone just calm down a little here?
We have to sort this out, Jack. In private.
Oh, it's okay. Please. I'm going to head off to my sweet little office you gave me above the toilet.
Let us just talk here for 5 minutes. You can use my office.
Imogen Buller. She does a runner from the house. What time Wednesday night?
10:20.
She makes phone calls to Clem Ross's mobile. 10 minutes and 20 minutes later, leaves him 2 messages warning him we're onto him. But she's obviously not aware that he's already dead, so she's working out a plan B.
Yeah, well, which if we look at her movement since then, she doesn't seem to have.
Yeah, maybe, but something's keeping her in London, Satch. There's something in her head. Otherwise, why didn't she just put her foot to the gas pedal and not stop till she reached Land's End? What else we got?
We've got a bank transaction alert, puts her at an ATM here, 11:15 yesterday. Draws out the maximum £1,000. The NCCTV pick her up leaving Paddington last night.
Let me get the report she stayed here last night.
Yeah, well, maybe she just ran out of options, decides to lie low.
Nah, I reckon she's got a plan.
Hang on. She made a call this morning before she ran it. To a number that appears on Clem Ross's mobile log. What? 12 times?
Yeah, she would be dumb enough to be calling Hikmet. Would she? You want me to have a word with McGill?
What, like a little schoolgirl running to daddy? No. Thank you, though. I'll talk to you later, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you see McGill's phone?
Is he there?
No, he's in a meeting.
Tell him it's important. I've got something on the guy he's after. Hikmet?
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get him for you. One tick. Sorry, I can't seem to get hold of him. You're going to have to give me the information. Christine!
Where's Jack?
Oh, he asked me to talk to you.
My arrangements with McGill.
Okay, Lulu, he told me that. He told me that, Christine.
About the money?
Yeah, he says you strike a tough deal. He says you're one of his best sources.
He's a real charmer, you Mr. McGill.
Oh, yeah, he's a prince. What have you got for me, Christine?
Did he tell you the rate?
Tell me about Hikmet.
This morning, Hikmet pulls me over. He knows I used to do a lot for Clem Ross. Delivers across town, that kind of thing. Anyway, it's getting heavy. He wants to know why Clem didn't deliver the goods as he has agreed. And's asking where he is. tell him what I heard. How Clem's dead, and the cops got the coke. Then he gets a call. He makes an arrangement to meet with the girl.
Miss Buller, you have brightened my day.
We need to meet.
And you're sure that's what you heard?
You're gonna make sure this gets back to McGill. He needs to know he owes me for this.
I promise you. Trust me. Might have information. Imogen is meeting Hikmet in 1 hour. I want to set it up and I want to bring them both in fast.
Yeah, thanks.
Where is everybody?
Maybe it was just a bad dream and they've disappeared.
What the hell is going on?
Jack, I've just had word about an incident that was reported last week. Shots fired in a pub car park, then a car chase.
And this is news because?
The cartridge case found at the scene gives us a match with the 3 found beside Sebastian Cole's body.
We need DCI Connor in on this. Still no word?
I get the feeling she's avoiding us.
First hard evidence we have linking Hikmet to Connor's investigation. She's not taking calls.
Maybe she didn't like the welcome we gave her.
You know, if this information is right, we're only 10 minutes away from a very welcome double hit. Still think DCI McGill should have been in on this.
Well, he told me he had a very complicated web of drugs investigations to deal with. I wouldn't want to take him and his team away from that.
You say you called him to get him over here?
Yes. I'm not the one holding out information here, Mike.
Yeah, I just wouldn't like to think it was anything personal getting in the way of good policing, Roisin.
Please just drop the sexual tension bollocks.
Yeah, I think we've got some action.
Okay, nobody move until he gets out of the car.
You got him? Is it Hikmet?
All units. We have a positive ID on target 1. Firearms at the ready.
Jesus.
Get out of the vehicle! Get out of the vehicle!
Mr. Hickman! Mr. Hickman!
Imogen. Imogen, are you all right?
Hey, look at me. Okay, get an ambulance out immediately.
I need you to put me through to control.
Okay, stay there.
Yeah. Right, we need an ambulance. With the oxygen. There's a man down.
I didn't know there were drugs hidden in the screen. Or that that's why Clem Ross came to the house. I believed him when he said he was concerned for me. He said he wanted to help.
When you found out that we knew that Clem Ross was involved in the drug scam, you did a runner.
I was scared.
Of R.M. Hikmet.
Of you. You were trying to prove me guilty of importing drugs.
We have evidence that you contacted Hikmet by phone and arranged to meet him.
No, that's not true. How could I? I've never met him. I certainly don't have his number.
Really? You were waiting in the Turkish cafe for him to arrive?
Sebastian told me that was where he was introduced to Hikmet. I went there looking for him.
To run him down.
No. To try and make sense of all this. To see the man you said killed Sebastian.
It was only when I saw R.M. Hikmet that the anger I felt poured out. The next thing I knew, my foot was on the floor and I was driving at speed towards him.
That's very good. I hope you find a publisher. Meanwhile, in the real world, sweetheart, look what's stacking up against you.
Attempted murder of Orem Hikmet, perverting the course of justice and importing Class A drugs.
Mr. Hikmet, I trust you're nice and comfortable. I'm your very own police liaison officer. I'm going to be in charge of locking you in a cell for the next 15 to 20 years. Where should we start? How about the murder of Sebastian Cole?
Tyrkim İngilizce bilmiyorum.
Do I look stupid to you? You think we don't know about you? Akran Hikmet, born Ankara in 1963, qualified as an engineer, married, 2 children, speaks Turkish, Kurdish, English, fluently. Kills people. Oh, well, okay, that last bit was me.
The knock on my head. I don't remember nothing. For 5 years.
Right. Let's park the attempted murder charge to one side for a minute, shall we? Now, maybe you persuade a jury it was a crime of passion, temporary insanity, whatever. But when it comes to the drug deal, the truth is, Imogen, everything points to you being up to your arse in it.
Drugs officers are itching to talk to you about the cocaine.
Yeah, they'll crawl over every detail of your private life.
Every receipt, check stub, phone call, text message.
There's no question they will find the evidence they need to pin you to the wall.
I mean, you're going to stand in the dock and face charges for importing Class A drugs.
Want a little preview of what they're going to throw at you? £240,000 sterling of your money transferred from your account to Cyprus, you say, without your knowledge.
A deal was struck between Orem Hikmet and your fiancé, Sebastian. You say without your knowledge.
You went to Ecuador with Sebastian. He bought 8 kilos of cocaine, using the funds from the Cyprus account. Again, you say without your knowledge.
And the drugs are dispatched hidden in wooden screens to your mother's address. Also without your knowledge.
When your friend Clem Ross comes to the house and walks away with the cocaine, once again you say without your knowledge.
Doesn't sound too good, does it?
But before we get to the main event, Sebastian's murder. I suggest we take a minute's silence in honor of the life you used to have. Take a little time and think about all that.
We have information linking you to the Rodriguez family in Colombia. Iran. We both know the Colombians are very unhappy you lost their 8 kilos.
You see, the person that you say I am, he sounds like a very dangerous man.
If you tell us how to get to the Rodriguez boys, maybe we might be able to bring them in before they get to you in your prison cell.
That must have been pretty exciting, huh? Sexy, even. Pretending to be a drug dealer. Great fun. But it's not about the money, is it? It's never been about the money with you.
The first I knew about what Sebastian was doing was when it all went wrong. Hikmet was after him.
Did you and Sebastian fall out with Hickman over money? That's what usually happens with these guys.
Is that why Hickman and his boys chased you across town?
Probably wasn't so much fun by then because Sebastian had a bullet in his head.
Stop it.
Imogen. Imogen, do you really think you can brazen it out in a courtroom?
This is your chance to tell the truth.
Are you willing to testify against Alden Hickmet at his trial for the murder of Sebastian Cole?
He's not exactly falling over himself to give you anything.
He will, when it suits him. He knows he's caught between us and the Colombians.
So what, you don't think he's more scared of the Rodriguez family than he is of you?
Yes, but he's asking himself what's more likely. Us pulling in the Colombians or him getting a call saying, forget about the 8 Ks of cocaine. By the way, have you given any more thought to what we discussed? About meeting Mr. Wright?
A little. Maybe when this investigation is all tied up, I'll do something about it.
I look forward to that.
Imogen Bollatore signed a witness statement at 11:13. I've read the statement back to you. In this statement, you acknowledge your association with Mr. Hickmet and Mr. Cole in the importation of Class A drugs.
Yes.
This statement will be passed on to the Crown Prosecution Service and used in the case against Mr. Hickmet. Is there anything you wish to add or alter?
No.
We may need to question you further as to the events leading up to the death of Mr. Cole. Is that clear?
Is that clear?
Yes, that's fine.
Right, I'm off now. I'd like to say it's been a blast working with you, but, what's happened?
Something bad.
We spent months building up a set of informants for this investigation. Now they're all hiding from us.
Some of them aren't even taking calls.
Something has them spooked.
First off, we'll go through the witness statement.
Don't you want to start with the investigation summary?
Okay, if you prefer to do it that way. Although I don't seem to, here we are.
Have you worked on many murder trials?
This is my first. But it seems to me that without the witness testimony, without Imogen Bollatore, you don't have too much that a good defence man won't pull apart.
Well, I'm sure it's nothing a good Crown man can't handle.
Well, the bullet testimony surely ties the whole thing up. It gives us the link between Hickmet and Sebastian Cole. Puts Hickmet in a car, chasing Sebastian and Imogen Buller across London with a gun in his hand. Now, short of a confession from Hickmet, I don't see how much easier it can get.
Fortunately for us, his defence appear to be rather desperate. They picked up on a comment from their pathologist report and they're trying to make something of it. Regarding cause of death?
Sorry, 2 bullets in the chest, 1 in the head, and they can't recognise cause of death.
Man's just trying to do his job, Satch.
He's asked to look at the medical debris from the flat and the heart monitor equipment from the ambulance.
Why? But there's a statement there from Imogen Buller where she says Sebastian was still conscious when she got out of the ambulance. They're just flying kites.
And if you haven't seen Christine today, have they?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, thank you.
Roisin,
Mike.
Where are you?
Yeah, listen, I was just about to call you.
Yeah, well, there's work still to be done.
Look,
Call me when you get back to the
I'm on
office.
my way back now.
Do you think he can grow a moustache or something by trial? Fisher. I know he might have a birth certificate that says he's 13. His CV tells us he's a lawyer, but when we go to trial, the jury are going to be sitting there wondering what the schoolboy is doing with the prosecution.
Chief Superintendent! I fear we might need a bit of a rethink in our case against Mr. Hikmet.
Because?
I just got off the phone from Miss Bulaturi's solicitor. She's changed her mind. She's not going to testify.
I thought we had an understanding.
I thought all we had was a hypothetical discussion.
You agreed to testify because you knew it was in your best interests. It still is. What happened in the meantime?
I changed my mind.
We're talking about testifying against the killer of the man you say you loved.
I did love.
Then why are you happy to see Hikmet walk free? Imogen, is this about intimidation? Are you being threatened? Your parents? There are systems we can put in place, give you protection.
It isn't about the intimidation. My mother says you have a daughter my age.
She's a little older. Yeah.
Couldn't have been easy, having a police officer as a father.
She seemed to cope pretty well.
Never rebelled, just a little? Went off the rails?
Yeah, well, there were moments, yes.
You always forgave her.
Well, she's my daughter.
Is there anything you wouldn't forgive her for? Anything she told you that you wish you hadn't?
Imogen, whatever it is you're trying to tell me, just say it.
I think I better leave.
Imogen.
When you say you didn't exactly follow the rules when you were working with McGill's team, what are we talking about?
I think it's best if you don't know the specifics, Sarge.
That's fine by me, but are we talking about bending a little rule or breaking a big one?
It's pretty big.
As in, there goes my badge.
DC O'Connor.
Well, didn't take Hikmet's boys long to work out how you found their boss. Christine was your source. They pulled her off the street. Left her like this. Nice work.
Where the hell's Roisin?
Yeah, I'll call you back.
Imogen Buller's a pain in the arse.
She had to sort something out.
First the girl says she's going to testify against Hikmet, then she won't. There's still something she's holding back.
So what happens now? Do we still go to trial?
No, we go through all the old evidence, see if we can find out what scared her.
Wasn't it Hikmet and his men?
Well, she just tried to bury him under half a ton of BMW. Doesn't seem too scared to me.
There's got to be
Now, whatever's got Imogen Buller too scared to testify happened either before or after Sebastian died, right?
Well, there's a logic to that as far as it goes.
Okay, let's start with before. We've got 3 things pinning down the exact time of Sebastian's death, correct?
Why are we trying to establish exact time of death?
We're not. Bear with me, Satch. The time code on the vital signs printout from the ambulance says it went dead at 8:41. Yeah? The time on the mobile phone clip says 8:38. Now, the controller of the emergency services says he lost contact with the ambulance at 8:36.
This is all pretty inexact. I mean, these different devices are never set to the same time.
Yeah, exactly. But we made assumptions about the order of events. Controller loses contact with the ambulance because of the crash. Hickmet puts a bullet in Sebastian's head. Vital signs printout stop because Sebastian's dead.
Sounds good to me.
Right. What if the vital signs stop before the crash? Because Sebastian is already dead.
Imogen said she saw Sebastian still conscious in the ambulance before she left. Why would she say that if it wasn't true?
Yeah, no, that's what I've been asking myself. Why the hell would she say that? Why the hell would she?
Ellis called me, told me the story. Your friend, McGill, is talking about making a formal complaint against you.
You know, and I don't blame him. I've got to talk to Mike.
No, you need to talk to McGill. Talk him out of it. Once you tell Mike, there's no going back. There's no unsaying what's been said.
Sarge, I want us to go back to Abbott Square. Check it over again. Let's go. Just wait in the car. Imogen, we need to talk. I'll walk with you.
Why are you here?
It's not too late to tell the truth about what happened that day.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. You want to tell me or them?
Tell you what?
You withheld Sebastian's medication that day, didn't you? Before the ambulance arrived.
That's not true. You're just telling me that to make me change my mind.
This is what's left of the pills you threw down the sink. We find them in the drain.
It's not what it looks like. You don't understand.
Greg and his thugs are right outside the flat with guns. The ambulance was the only way I could get us out of there. I couldn't give the medication to Sebastian. I didn't want him to die. I loved him. I was trying to save us both. Please believe me. Please.
I believe you. You loved him. But you killed him. Now go and bury him.
Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Ghost, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen.
Are you here to talk about this?
Came here to try and change your mind. On the way, I made a list of reasons as to why you should, and couldn't think of any.
You used your authority to put other people's lives at risk.
Yeah. And I could see that there is nothing that I could say or do to make that right. Or for you to forgive me. Do I have to say goodbye to this?
You can't undo what you've done. But it's not about whether I forgive you. And it's not about this. It's about remembering something, Roisin. That it's not the badge that matters. It's the heart behind it.
So Ruth's getting back into daily life after time inside, and while she's desperate to find her sister, there are others who may stop her in her tracks, because all they want is revenge. Our drama Unforgiven continues on Monday night at 9 here on ITV1. And more immediately, next, it's Real Crime.